Hey, welcome everybody to the Joe Wentz Project live broadcast number 4. And it's a pleasure to be here with you this evening. If this is your first time tuning in, my name's Joe. I love playing guitar, I love making music, and I love doing these broadcasts here. And I'm very excited to have my good friend Dave Nesdall on the show. Mr. Nesdall, how are you, sir?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing fine, my friend. We're also supposed to have a couple more guest on here, Mully from Japan and Stefan. They should be jumping in here anytime, hopefully. So hopefully they will join us soon, and we can get the ball rolling here.
hmm
And so, have you had a good day today?
Yeah, I had a great day.
Good, man. Good, good, good. Doing any guitar playing?
I did. I was at the music zoo for a few hours today and played a couple of really cool guitars that I was looking at.
Oh, awesome.
Both non-EVH, but both very, very cool. And
Cool.
I think one of them is going to be in my corral in the near future.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, yeah. Very cool. I'm a huge fan of Andy Timmons. Do you
Oh
know?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Ibanez makes a couple of his guitars, a couple of models for him, and this one, the one that I played today, was called the AT 300,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a very cool guitar. It's not the one he currently uses. He's right now he's using the one that he's had that was a prototype from 1994. He still uses it today. I mean, it's been refretted like 6 or 7 times.
Good, God.
But this AT300 is a newer version of that guitar with a rosewood fretboard. The one he plays has a maple fretboard, kind of like it's an RG style body with a maple fretboard, and it's whatever. It's a great guitar, but this one's got a rosewood fretboard with no pick guard, hum single, no Floyd Rose. It's got a regular, like a Wilkinson tremolo, like a regular Fender style tremolo.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really great, lightweight. It sounds fantastic. Used, it's going for $2,000.
Wow.
It's by the way, Mully is saying that he is not seeing an invite. That's why he has.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Okay. I'll take care of that, Dave. You go ahead and keep on
yeah.
what you were saying, sir.
Well, yeah, that's the guitar that I think I'm going to be getting in the near future.
Okay.
The other guitar I played today was Music Man Luke. I've always loved his guitars,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw the newest one at the store today. It's a flamed Koa top. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful guitar. The only thing that I don't really care for on it
Uh-huh.
is the gold hardware. I'm
Oh,
not
you
a
don't.
fan of gold hardware.
Oh, I love gold hardware. Oh man.
Well, the thing is, when it starts to pit and starts to, rub off, that's what I would love it if it didn't rub off.
Mm-hmm.
But after a while, the silver shines through, and there's really nothing you can do about that except have it dipped in gold again. And who wants to do that? That's
Right.
But it's beautiful while it's new looking, but after it's not the same. But the guitar was absolutely fantastic. It plays great. It sounds great. 2 humbuckers. It's got the 2 DiMarzio transition humbuckers in it. I'm not a
Uh-huh.
fan of the older ones that he did with the EMG pickups in it.
Uh-huh.
But this guitar was really cool. It's brand new. It's like $2,700 because of the Koa, and it's all decked out. It's got all the schmaltz on it, which is really cool. It's beautiful, but when a normal one is only $1,400 brand new, and this one is almost twice the price. I don't know. Maybe I'll get a regular one.
Yeah. Yeah. Golly. Man. Andy
Yeah.
Timmons. He's now, has he always been like a solo kind of artist? Or is
No,
he
no. He was in a band called Danger
okay,
back in
okay.
the '80s and early '90s.
That's right.
And he has been and still is Olivia Newton-John's guitar player.
Oh.
So yeah, he plays for her.
Did not know that.
Yeah, and he has his own band. And if you have never heard his stuff, or if you guys, if no one's heard his stuff, you really need to hear him and watch him. He's in my top 5 favorite guitar players of all time, and forget it. He's just clean, fast. He's got heart. He plays with feeling. He's got everything. He's got the whole package. His tone. He's not just a shredder. He's got the best tone I've ever heard, and he plays through Mesa Boogie amps. Mm-hmm. I'm not crazy about Mesa Boogie, but when he plays through them, it don't matter what he plays through. It's his fingers. His fingers just are incredible.
Right. Yeah, I have heard him play. He is amazing.
Yeah.
He is amazing.
Yeah, it's insane to watch him.
Danger. That was in the 80s rock kind of deal, wasn't it?
87, 88, around there.
Right.
I was there.
Hey,
there you are, Mr. Mully. I apologize for that, sir.
I don't know what it is. You know how they got the new Google Plus, right? And then you can go like the classic Google Plus.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
If I go back to the classic, the invite's there, but on the modern one, I can't find it anywhere.
Huh. Okay.
I don't know. I hate when they change things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What are we talking?
He's
everything as long as there's no cursing on it.
Okay. Yeah. Mr. Mully, I got my wrist got slapped, so can't do
By
that.
who?
YouTube police.
What do you mean?
On the YouTube.
Yeah, I guess I actually got a notification saying, to lay off on the profanity. So I said, that's what they said. And I said, well, okay. So,
Are you serious?
So F you!
Never heard anything like that.
Yeah,
it's been happening a lot. It's been happening a lot, Mully.
It's crazy.
Huh.
Crazy, man. Crazy.
Yeah. So how are you guys?
I'm doing excellent. Doing great, man. Doing great. Had some good Chinese food earlier, and watched a couple of movies with my wife. Hung out and watched a couple of movies, and just chilled out a little bit, and decided to jump on here with my friends and have a good chat. And everybody, I will get to your comments here in the comment box in just 1 second. I want to let Mully.
Oh, sorry.
Let Mully say how his day went. Go ahead there, Mr. Mully.
Oh, I'm fine. Well, it's my day is just starting. Really, I mean, it's like just afternoon here.
It is. Wow. Cool, man. Well, thank you for jumping on there, Mr. Mully. I appreciate it, man.
Yay!
I didn't kill your spirits, did I?
No. Why? Oh, with the cussing thing?
Yeah, I mean, I was.
No. I'm actually reading up on it now. It says YouTube says no to sexual humor, profanity, partial nudity, political conflict, and sensitive subjects in partner content.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a crock of crack.
I'm about to get naked. Just half naked though. Just I'll let you all decide which half.
Okay. We got Sean Mahoney, Michael Smith, Miss Mary is in there. Who else we got? Bubba James, Sean Zimmerman, Desiree Dornan. Oh wow, we got a lot of people in here tonight. Thank you everybody for jumping in the chat. It's very cool. I think everybody's just kind of Sean Mahoney says no video. No sir, no video, just audio tonight. Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Just audio tonight. It's
nothing wrong with that.
This is interesting. Sorry. This is interesting. It says the complete list of things that are banned from YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
The last line says controversial or sensitive subjects and events, including subjects related to war, political conflicts, natural disasters, and tragedies, even if graphic imagery is not shown.
Wow.
And one of my videos got flagged, and the ads were taken off of it. And it's when we were in Hiroshima, and we were just riding through on the train, and that's it. I mean, there's nothing on there. And all I said was, "Oh, this is Hiroshima. If you know anything about your history, you know what happened here. Look how beautiful it is now." That's all I said.
Wow.
And the video says, and the video titles Hiroshima, right? Blah blah blah. And I think it probably picked up that word and just flagged it like that. I mean, I got it taken care of, but wow, how sensitive is that?
Yeah, they're cracking down, man. They're cracking down. Here's a question for everybody here. It says Miss Mary has a question. She says, "Okay, guys, I have a question. What is the best amp for a new guitar player?"
What's the what?
The best amp for a new guitar player. She's just starting guitar playing, and she wants to know what would be the best amp for her to start off with.
I would say maybe a like a very small line 6 amp.
Mm-hmm.
One of those little 10-watt Marshalls or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, something with just one speaker. Something that's probably run you about $100, $80, something, something simple. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah. You don't need nothing real fancy when you're just starting out. Just something that'll do the job. Just my 2 cents. If like I've said before in some videos before that I've posted, if you're just starting out on guitar, you have a guitar anywhere between $300 to $700, and have you an amp, it'll probably run you $100, $200, and just let it go with that for a while, because you're a beginner and you're going to sound like a beginner for a while.
Yeah.
And until you start to understand what to do and how to move your fingers and move different chord shapes. And it's going to be a little tedious in the beginning. It's going to be a little aggravating, but it just depends on how bad you want to do it. How bad do you want to get to that next little step? And there's a bunch of steps involved over a period of guitar playing. I mean, you got different kind of levels of guitar players. Just again, this is just my 2 cents. You got like what I call campfire players. They have like an acoustic, and they might strum on the couch, if they have some friends over and having a party, and they'll strum, and they might know a couple of songs, maybe a few chords of a song. There's nothing wrong with that. And then you got like Mully and Dave, and musicians that are in bands and gig, and that's a lot more of a practice regimen that's going to require from you to get to that level. But everybody learns on different levels. Everybody's different. Some people learn quicker than others, and some people it takes a little longer, but it's all good, man. The good thing about guitar that I think is there's just there's always something new that you can learn, and when you finally get that, whether it's just a simple G chord or a D chord or whatever, just something simple, and it's a good feeling when you achieve that. It makes you feel good. Because you did that, nobody else.
Yep.
Yep.
I agree. Mary says,
I've been playing for 35 years, and I still learn stuff.
Absolutely. You're going to always learn stuff, man. You're going to always, I mean, in my opinion, you'll never be a complete master. I mean, yes,
I think the only difference between now and then is that some things come faster than others.
Right.
There's not much. You don't have to worry too much about the finger control as far as like making the chord shapes and stuff like that. Once you get, you know what I mean.
It's motor memory.
A new chord. It's not so hard to make it.
It's all motor memory.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mary says no EVH. So, you can buy an EVH amp. It's just for, it's going to be like
Expensive.
$1,100 or $1,200 to start or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't think that would be the right amp to start with. Plus, it's big and loud, and it's just, I think, too much amp for any beginner. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, that, and as clickety clackety as you sound on the cheap amp, you're going to sound just as clickety clackety on an expensive amp.
Yeah, that's right.
Like you were saying before, Joe.
Yeah, it's all right now. It's all about building up your coordination and your finger strength, and getting used to your wrist being curled under that neck.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. I mean, there's going to be some things. I'm telling you, there's going to be some things you want to do, and you'll be like, "What in the world?" Because you're not used to it. Your arm and your fingers aren't used to that, and it just takes a little time.
Well, that, and my thing has always been, don't invest too much money into something until you're sure that you're going to stick with it.
Yeah.
A little 10, 15, 20 watt Marshall, it's not going to run you all that much money. Like Dave said, at line 6 or something, up in my room, I've got this little 10 watt Fernandez amp that I've had for 20 years that I still use.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I get it. And the only reason I said line 6, other than the other ones, is because, back in 2007 and even in the 2012 World Tour, Eddie Van Halen used the line 6 amp as a warm-up amp in his dressing room.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what he was using. He was using a line 6 Spider.
I did not know
hey,
that.
you really can't argue much against the line 6 because, I mean, it's got like all kinds of effects on it and different sounds, and I've got a 30 watt line 6 up in my room under my desk that I brought home from school, and that's what I've been playing on. It's got all kinds of different little things on it. And it's not expensive.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah, I got a line 6 Spider 4 120. It's got the two 10-inch speakers in it, and I love it. I mean, I love that amp. And if anybody listening, if you're curious about line 6 or whatever, I mean, I'm not a professional by no means whatsoever, but if you go back on my channel, a few videos, I actually did a video about line 6, pretty much how I felt about line 6, and just talked about it and stuff like that. And I've heard a lot of people put down line 6 products or these amps, especially, and I can't figure that out for the life of me. I'm like, really? I don't understand. What's the big deal? I think they sound terrific.
You've got a lot of people out there that are the purists, right? And anything that's not a tube amp, or it's got the fake sound, it's modeling. You're not getting
right.
It's not real. You're always going to have stub heads like that.
Right. Yes, Miss Mary. She says, "Is line 6 the brand?" Yes. Yeah, that's the name of the brand, line 6. Yes. Let's see. Sean Zimmerman says, "You can always learn more as far as styles, blues, classical, jazz. Even if you like metal, you can apply them in all theory." And they're saying, "Guys, your audio keeps messing up." I don't know if is anybody else hearing trouble in the audio.
Sean Mahoney says it's fine. Audio is fine on my end as well. It hasn't messed up at all.
Okay, it might be her connection then. Okay, because I'm not having no issues over here. Michael Smith, thank you, Michael. He says he liked that review I did of the line 6. Thank you. Bubba James says, yeah, audio seems okay to him. Thank you, Mr. Bubba. Sean says audio is fine. Thank you, Sean. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
So I'm gonna do what we normally do. What I normally do with my hangout with Johnny. We got 10 people watching now, and we only have 8 thumbs ups. Come on, man, let's match the thumbs ups.
Yes,
let's
please.
Match them up. Come on, if you like what you hear, if you're liking what you hear because you can't see it, please let us know.
Hey, Dave.
Tell you this, yes.
those two people could be me and you.
All right. Well, there you go. Now it's 9. Oh, there's 10. All right.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Just to let you know, Mr. Mully, I did send an invite to Johnny. He said to send him one, and he said he would try to jump in maybe sometime tonight. It depends on how it was, where he was at his location for his if he had Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Signal. So
guys, I'm looking on sweetwater.com right now.
Yes.
And the Line 6 Spider Classic 15, a 15-watt with a 8-inch speaker.
Yes.
$119.99, so $120.
There you go. Thank you, Mr. Mully, for that information. There you go. There you go. You can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, 15 watts with an 8-inch speaker. Yeah, that's nice for a little home amp.
And yeah, absolutely, especially for a beginner. That's all you need.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Exactly.
Sean Zimmerman says he thinks Line 6 is a great beginner amp.
It's even a great intermediate amp. It's not just for beginners. I mean, the pros are using it too. Just maybe not on stage, but they are using it. It sounds good.
Yeah, like I said, I love mine. I really love mine. Let's see.
Oh, sorry. There's a Marshall 15-watt 1x8 amp that has $99.99.
Oh.
Wow.
So
does that have?
cheaper,
does that
but
have?
it's not gonna have all the extra effects that the Line 6 has.
There you go.
Is that where you were going, Dave?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. The Marshall would just be an amp.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna mute myself for a second. I talked to Mrs. Mully. She's going to the supermarket. I need to order lunch.
Nice.
Okay.
I'll take a vegetable platter as well.
Veggie platter for Dave.
That's funny, man.
Oh, wait a minute. How the heck does this work? See, I'm not even allowed to cuss anymore.
Synner, what are you doing in the chat box, man?
Yeah, if you're up here and listening, Synner, you need to come in here and talk. What's wrong with you? Wake up.
Good gracious alive. I don't know. Let's see. Bubba James says it's good for anything but on stage. Okay.
Yeah. It's not but everything but on stage. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can kind of agree with that. I mean, don't they make a big Line 6 like half stack and stuff?
Yeah, they do, but it's when you're playing with a band, just the fact that it's not a tube amp, it's solid state. It's not going to really throw the same. And you have two guitar players and one is playing through the other guy's playing through a tube amp. You're not going to be heard.
Right.
Not going to be heard. So, hey, David Allen Wright is here. What's going on?
Hey, Dave. Thanks for jumping on, man.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yeah, that makes sense, Dave. That makes sense. Whenever I played live, I've always had this 5150 half stack, so it's always been great. So, but yeah, I can roll with that. The Line 6 is perfect for, even if you're having just like a little jam with some buddies in your garage or something, or in the house, it's perfect,
Mm-hmm.
Now the amp you have that you're playing through, isn't that like a Fender Twin or something right now?
No, it's a 100-watt Plexi, actually.
Wow. Good Lord. Now, Dave, you have about what?
I have 10 amps.
10 amps. Okay,
yeah,
10.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's got quite the collection, man.
Well, I will say, I know it'll probably sound loud, but this is really like bedroom volume. It's not bad. It's really not.
Dave doesn't live in Japan.
No, I don't. I don't live in Japan, and I live on an acre and a quarter of land. But I don't think my tenant upstairs is home. So, but still, it's not. I know it sounds loud over the computer, but it's really not. I have it pretty low.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if were you able to hear that at all, or did it come in garbled like normal?
No, it sounded fine to me. It did.
All right.
Sounded fine to me.
Very good. Yeah, that's just actually that's the clean channel on the amp, and I'm using the Friedman overdrive pedal.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I'm able to. That's how I'm able to keep the volume very low. I have the level on the pedal very low.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, both of you actually. Line 6 has that. Let me backpedal a little bit here. These multi effects boards. Remember Boss had like the ME series.
Sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sits on the floor. It's got 4 or 5 pedal things on it, and
yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I used to have one that was the Boss ME10, which was a real fun thing. But the first time I plugged it into a tube amp, it screamed like a banshee.
Wow.
Oh yeah, you have to turn down all the gains, and they're not set up to go through amplifiers really. They're set up to go. Yeah, they are kind of set up to go through amplifiers, but especially these days, they're really set up to go through monitor systems, and nothing that has preamp gain in it. Because it gets noisy. It gets very noisy.
Okay, so my friend, now I never had any problem using that thing on like a small amp, like a small room amp. But the first time I plugged it into a tube amp, it was like, no, that's not going to work. Anyway, my friend has loaned me his Line 6, what's it called? The UXT Live or something. It's the big board.
Oh, the XT Live.
Yeah, XT Live. Yeah. The big. It's got the expression pedal on the end of it and everything.
Yeah. All you have to do is plug that into a PA. You don't even have to plug that into an amp.
Okay.
You can go direct with that.
So let me ask you something, Dave. When you're in a live house, isn't the PA's in the back of the room, right?
Well, it depends. I mean, if it's your PA. Like
I'm
if you're
talking about
setting
the
up
house PA.
it's a house PA. It's usually everything is set up in front of the band. Like the speakers should be in front of the band, not behind. But you should have a monitor system coming back at you. That's what you would hear it from.
Right.
You'd hear it coming out of the mains, and you'd mostly hear it coming out of the monitor that's pushing up your face.
But where would you plug into?
Well, there would probably be a snake somewhere where you'd probably plug into left and right
On stage,
and that would feed to the board wherever the mixing board is, and the guy that's running your mix, he would take care of all that. The sound engineer, if you have one, would take care of that stuff. All you have to say is you need right and left out. 2 lines. It doesn't have to be stereo would probably be best. But
okay, so you're not using an amplifier at all.
You can plug it into an amplifier behind you and just use that as your monitor. But it's best. It's usually best to just go direct into the house and have it coming back at you in the monitor.
And that's what the crowd's hearing.
Yeah. Yep. Because it had one of those XT Lives. They have speaker simulators in it, so it sounds like you're going through a cabinet.
Jesus. Okay, so if I was to run it through a tube amp,
you might have to re-EQ it for that. You might have to EQ it for that, but it should be fine. Just make sure that it's as clean as possible.
On the clean channel, no gain.
Correct.
Everything turned down.
No reverb. Don't use the reverb on the amp because chances are you're using whatever effects that are in the XT Live.
Huh. Okay.
And I would also keep the EQ on the amp as neutral as possible.
Yeah, I've never, it's always been stomp boxes for me. So it's just been, guitar to the stomp box to the amp. So
yeah.
Yeah, those things, like I said, that first time I plugged that ME10 into I think it was a 5152 I plugged it into.
Mm-hmm.
You can imagine what that sounded like, right?
And all HE double hockey sticks broke loose, right?
Yeah.
Nice, man.
Yeah, very cool.
Now, Mully, have you
Hmm.
has your band got back in the studio to rehearse?
No. I haven't even talked to anybody yet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh my God, what's happening?
Oh, Mrs. Mully just crushed a plastic bottle.
Uh-oh.
Wow. All right.
Hey, Adam Schonberg, how you doing? Yeah, man, everybody's talking to everybody in the chat, which is awesome. That's awesome.
Oh, shoot. I haven't even looked at the chat.
Oh yeah, you got to look at the chat. It's so cool. There's people in there and everything.
My bad. My bad. You know, I get into these things sometimes, and I totally forget to open the other browser to see the chat.
Right.
You got to
Sorry,
open.
guys. My bad.
Open the box there, Mully. Open the
I'm not
box.
ignoring you. I'm just stupid.
No, man.
No, not at all.
No.
Let's see. Where in the heck am I looking at?
So what else are we talking about today? Joe, how about you? Did you play guitar today? Did you play any guitar?
Yes, sir, I did. I did a song today, another cover song that was a favorite of my father's. And I wanted he does well. He knows. I told him the other day that I did it. He just hasn't heard it yet because they live like a good ways from here.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't understand how to click a link in an email or a text. You know, like if I sent him the link for the YouTube video, you know, he tries it, but it doesn't work. So what I have to do is just burn a CD of the songs and just send him the audio CD. But to answer your question, yes. And
sorry, guys, got a phone call. I'll be back.
Okay, buddy. I did a whiter shade of pale for
Mm-hmm.
him today, and then which was what Procol Harum, and I did that, and then another song that he always liked was because I remember when I was growing up, when I was elementary school age, and Christmas Eve would get here, which isn't far away from now, and Christmas Eve day, my parents would spend all day cleaning the house, you know, getting things ready. But my dad would have the stereo going all day long. You know, it was one of them stereos that actually looked like a big piece of furniture, you know, back in we were, you know, like, you know, 76, 77, you know, that time frame. And, but he would play Elvis albums all day long, all day. He would play when Elvis would release his live albums, you know? And, so while my parents were cleaning that whole day, waiting to, you know, get things ready for the Christmas Eve party that evening, he would play Elvis albums all day, man. I mean, all day. And I remember the one song that I'd always hear on those albums was Steamroller Blues that Elvis would do. And so I found that backing track the other day, and it's the live version, like what Elvis did. And so I thought I'd do that for him too. Hopefully I'll do that tomorrow. If not tomorrow, I'll do it next week. But so yeah, I did play guitar today. I did a whiter shade of pale, and then I'm going to do Steamroller Blues for him too. And then I wanted to get a few songs together, probably about 5 or 6 songs, then put them on a CD, and then send it to him. I didn't want to just send him a CD with one song on it. You know, that's kind of defeats the purpose. You know, but So yeah, man, I played. That's really my main playing time is on the weekend. I'll come in here for anywhere from 3 to 6 hours and play. Try to do a song, try to do a video, and then and I'm good. You know, I can't be in here all day and then all day the next day, and then you know I gotta spend time with my wife too. You know, so don't want to get on the wrong end of that, you know. So,
Nope.
but yeah. And Dave, are you planning on? I think I heard you discuss this with Johnny, but maybe I heard wrong. So I'm just going to ask you: are you planning on going to NAMM?
Well, I'd like to go, and I'm trying to get out there. Here's the problem. The problem is I visit my father twice a year.
Oh
in
yeah, that's
Carolina.
right. That's right.
And for me to do that, I have to get my mom to take care of my pets.
Right.
And she don't really like to do that.
Oh.
So
Okay.
to do that twice a year and then to go to NAMM is a little tough. So I'm trying to butter her up a little bit.
Oh.
Because, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to border my animals. I have too many and it costs too much money.
Oh yeah, that's very expensive.
Yeah.
Very expensive.
So yeah, so we'll see what happens. I mean, I'd like to go. I mean, it would be easy for me to go. You know, I can, you know, there's a few companies that would give me a lanyard so that I can actually get in. So I'm not worried about that. It's just actually getting out there for the 3 days. And, you know, and a hotel room at this point is going to be very hard to find.
Mm. Oh,
you know,
okay.
Because you really, to get a hotel room, I'd probably have to give up my firstborn if I ever have a firstborn. So, you know, it's.
So they're booked this far in advance.
They're booked. They're booked like 2 months after like if you have to book it in like March to really, you know,
Wow.
to get an okay price and to get anywhere near it. I would even think that I would probably stay somewhere around a half hour away as well, because you can't get in there at all.
Right. Right. Man.
Yeah.
And and they say that, of course, I've never been to a NAMM convention ever, but they say that the one out there that's in Los Angeles in January, that's they say that is really, really big, and it takes a long time to walk the grounds and everything. Have you ever been to the one in Los Angeles? Or
no, I've never been to NAMM. I've only been to Summer NAMM, and that's big. And honestly, Winter NAMM, the one in Anaheim, is at least 10 times as big.
Man,
it's huge. It's huge. I mean, I've seen, you know, I've seen tons of photos. I'm told that you can't even really walk the whole NAMM show in the 3 days. It's that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's I've seen some videos. It was last year. There were some videos on YouTube. I saw some other guys that have their own channels that is guitar related, and they were talking about going to NAMM and in Los Angeles and stuff. And I'd watch, and they would leave from the East Coast, fly out there, stay for a few days, and then come back. And those guys were like exhausted because, number one, you're dealing with a time zone. You know, you're having to get readjusted to a time zone and then get back and get right back in that old time zone again. And just, you know, and plus flying and staying busy the whole time. And, you know, I can imagine it would wear you out. You know, I know it would me.
Yeah.
I'd be wore out. So I told myself, I said, you know, I'll just watch people's videos, you know, just watch it on YouTube, you know. Oh, here's a question, Dave, that I have. Something that, you know, when you go to NAMM, let's say you go there, whether it be Los Angeles or, you know, Nashville, wherever, and let's say you go and are you able to buy stuff there, or is that just strictly just for looking?
It's just for looking. It's not really most of the time, and when I mean most of the time, I'd say 99% of the time, you cannot buy anything from there because different stores and, you know, different buyers from different stores, what they do is if they're interested in something, they'll order it. It'll be part of their order, and that stuff actually goes to the stores right after the NAMM show, or, you know, they'll pack it up, bring it back to wherever. Say Fender has a booth, and you see you're a store, you're a company that's, you know, a music store or whatever. You go and you can some companies make you bid on stuff. Other companies you can just buy it outright, first come first serve, but you can't take it home with you. You gotta do POs, and then during the year they send them to you. And if you want a specific guitar that you see, then you can pay for it there, but it has to come to you. They don't let you take it from there.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, very rarely, on the last day, if companies like Fender or Gibson or whatever, if they don't want to take a lot of stuff home with them, if it hasn't been bought by if something hasn't been bought by whoever's there to buy for their store, then they'll let the public buy. But it's very, very rare they do that. Very rare.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry guys, I'm back.
That's okay, buddy. That's okay. Yeah, I've always wondered about that. That's something I meant to ask before, and it just slipped my mind. But
and here's the other thing: when you go to the NAMM, say I'm going to the NAMM show as an artist.
Okay.
I can't bring my own guitar in there. Say I'm playing. I'm going to be playing in a booth.
Mm-hmm.
Can't bring my own guitar. They don't let you bring your own guitar. You got to play what's there.
Now, why is that?
I would imagine it's for safety.
Yeah, I would imagine they don't want you bringing a guitar case in there because you could just stick something in and walk out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
that at its most basic, yes. But you really can't walk in there with anything, because it's a safety hazard. It's God forbid that you're not there to do good things. I don't want to say anything that could be alarming on this chat, but you can imagine what people might do
Sure.
in a place that's so crowded.
Oh, come on, guys! The YouTube can't be that sensitive.
Well, I'm just saying, it could be disastrous. So they don't let you bring anything in.
No. I mean, this conversation can't be that sensitive.
No, I'm not. No, I'm just keeping it clean for me. That's all.
Okay.
But
they don't want somebody going in with an Uzi and mowing everybody down, or they don't want people stealing things. And if you walked in with a guitar case, I've heard that place is packed to the gills.
Oh yeah, yes. Absolutely.
So I mean, you'd be banging into people with it, and
Right.
it's all fun and games till somebody gets your eye poked out, right?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Makes sense.
And no smoking.
Nope.
No smoking. No smoking. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Yeah.
Checking this stuff out. Appreciate it.
Sorry, I need to go back a little bit. Bubba James says the MK4 short board for the Line 6 Spider lets you connect it to the internet and download new tones, then attach it to the head and you can play them. So I'm assuming that this XT Live, you can download new stuff for that too, right?
I would imagine.
Yeah.
I would imagine, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And do you need I wonder if you need some kind of I don't have any vocabulary today.
What, software or
no, a membership.
Oh, now when I got this Line 6, when I got it a couple years ago, the brochure, I had this little small brochure. You could go online, and you could download tones that they had dialed in, like Eruption or
Sure,
Rush or whatever. You could download them and put them on your amp. I never did that. And then of course there was a bunch of tones that was already programmed into the amp, and then there's that whole other section that you can just kind of do your own thing. And there's a bunch that I just dialed in myself, and then there's some that my son did for me, that because he has the same exact amp, and he spent a lot of time with it, dialed up some really good tones, really sounded really good, like Brian May and Eddie Van Halen and John Mayer, Stevie Ray Vaughan. And that's what I love about this amp. Not to backtrack here, but that's what I love about it, because you can just
coming in again. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. And you can just push a button. Just push a button and boom, you're it eliminates the use for a lot of pedals. I mean, like I said, just for kicking around. Of course, when you're doing a live thing, you want to bring out the big guns, Just my opinion.
That's okay.
David Allen Wright says his first NAMM show was in 1986 in Chicago. Ron Paget says a lot of stuff gets stolen at NAM. Oh, wow. I guess loss prevention is working overtime on that deal, ain't they?
You ain't kidding.
Bubba James says the Line 6 comes with a program that connects you to the respiratory. Very interesting. Miss Mary says she is satisfied with what you did to her guitar, made it better than what it was when she bought it.
Well, thank you very much, Mary. I enjoy fixing guitars and making them right.
Do you, Johnny and I talked about this one day last week. Do you do your own soldering, like with pickups and stuff, Dave?
Yes. Well, for a long time I wasn't good at soldering, but yeah, I do that now. I'm better at it now that I have eyesight, and I can see what I'm doing without killing my fingers. Yeah, I can do it. It's not a big deal.
Okay, yeah, that's something that I've tried it once and it just didn't go over really well. I'm thinking about getting some new pickups for my. I got an Epiphone Les Paul Standard Pro, and a beautiful guitar, but the pickups are just a little bit weak for my taste. And I'm thinking about getting some maybe some nice Seymour Duncans thrown in there.
Cool.
But I'm going to have to take it somewhere and let them do it because that's something that I know nothing about, to tell you the honest truth. And I'd be scared I would ruin something, and I don't want to do that. So might have to take it to Guitar Center, I guess. I mean, I don't know. So
you don't have any smaller like luthiers or smaller places that repair shops?
See, that's the thing. There was a guy that I used for about a year or so. He had his own business a couple of towns over, and he had a real small shop. It wasn't nothing real fancy at all. He had like a little bit of used equipment, a few guitars here, a few guitars there, some gig bags, some music books, strings, accessories. But his bread and butter came from giving guitar lessons and repairing guitars.
Yeah.
And I would my son found him first, and he was probably let's see, he was probably in his mid to late 50s. And so I went there, and I tell you how it started. My wife got me the real bottom of the line Nuno Betancourt Washburn model, and
sure,
not the high end ones, but the real low ones. And
wow. Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. And my wife got me one of those for no smoking.
Oh, who's got that? Oh,
got some echo somewhere.
Yeah. Sorry, that was me.
And my wife got me one of those Olivia Newton, Nuno Betancourt models year before last for Christmas.
Yeah, cool.
And
the Washburn?
Yeah, it's the bottom of the line. It's like, I'll tell you how much it was. Year before last, she got one for me and one for my son for Christmas. And Guitar Center had a Black Friday deal. They were $99 for Black Friday. And so Christmas morning got here. My son came over, and we got them. And I was like, oh, man, these look great, and we go back here and we take them out of the boxes and we're checking them out. And he's playing his is fine. And I go to play mine, and you can't. Well, you try to do the first 3 frets or so when you try to hit a note on one of the strings. All you could hear was tink 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 tink. And I was like, what the heck is this? And nothing would work. And so anyway, my son told me about that guy that had his own shop. So I took the guitar over there, and what it was is he had to adjust the truss rod because the neck was warped. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't know nothing about that, and I said, man, something's wrong with this guitar, man. I don't know, And he looked at it and he said, first of all, I can tell you didn't pay too much for this guitar. I said, no, I said, no, I said, it's not about that, man. I said, it was from my wife. I said, so it's got some sentimental value to it, And I said, but it can be a good guitar. It just might take a little bit of investing, but, and so, he went ahead and straightened the neck, did the truss rod, and he did all that, and he fixed the action on it and everything. I mean, he had that stuff done in no time. And then it was like, okay, try it now. And it was like, no pun intended, but a brand new guitar all over again.
Right.
Because it played the way it was supposed to, And I was like, wow. And I watched him, how he adjusted the intonation and all that. That's how I learned how to do it. And because I asked him too, I said, if you don't mind me asking, how do you do that? I said, I'm not trying to steal your secrets or nothing. He goes, no, you're not stealing nothing from me. He goes, sit down here. I'll show you how to do it. And he showed me how to do it. And so I went to him a few more times over some time. And then all of a sudden he said he was going to move from that location to a bigger location in Clemson, South Carolina, right there, not far from Clemson University. And I said, okay, cool, man. And he had just opened the place, man, grand opening. He just got in there, and then like a week later, he had some kind of serious health issue. He had to go into the hospital. And he was in the hospital for like 2 weeks. And being in the hospital, he lost his business. I mean, it was it. He went belly up that quick. And
2 weeks?
Yeah, I guess because maybe the rent was due on that building. Just got a message from Stephen. He said he's not going to be able to make it. Okay, Stephen, that's fine, man. Thank you for letting me know, buddy. I hope you feel better. And so yeah, so he doesn't do that kind of stuff anymore, and I hate that because he was my guy, man. He was my go-to guy to get any stuff like that, pickups, all that stuff. He was able to do it and he wouldn't. And the thing I loved about that guy, man, he wouldn't charge you an arm and a leg. He would look at me and he would do some work on my guitar. And he goes, how's $40? Is that fair? Does that sound good to you? And I was like, yeah, sounds excellent to me. Whatever the work consisted of. He was real fair. And he was a real nice guy.
Joseph, why aren't you doing these things yourself?
Well, I mean, I can do the setups and stuff myself, but when it comes to like installing pickups or any kind of electrical stuff, I don't.
Joe, all you got to do, there's this internet thing now. And you look up any schematic you want, and it's
never heard of
understand.
Right.
There's a page on there called Google.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on the Googles,
Yeah.
And I love you, Joe. I'm not making fun of you, but
no. It's all good, man. Oh, you're right.
The Googles tells you everything you want to know. All you got to do is ask it.
Yeah. It's just my luck in the past of trying to do stuff has never been really good. And I've always messed something up, and I've kind of shied away from it, But yeah, I understand exactly where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
What do you got, Mully? What do you got? Who's playing? Who's playing guitar?
This would be the Silhouette.
Oh, okay. Is that the one with the tuning key?
Has that been fixed yet?
Nope.
What do you need? Which end?
Oh, it's fine. It's just the little screw part on the.
Yeah, but I mean, which side do you need? Do you need a right-handed one? Is it one of the top 4 or one of the bottom 2?
The top. It's the top.
If I have one, I'll send it to you. If I have,
man, it's all right. It's fine.
I may actually have one.
Mm.
The thing is, these Silhouettes now, they're made with the locking. They come with the locking tuners.
Yeah.
Mm.
And this one doesn't. So I'm curious on what year this is.
Mm.
Does Music Man have a serial number system?
Oh, I don't know.
The serial number on the neck plate is 95977.
I think it's a 95.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Because my Music Man Eddie Van Halen starts with 9.5 as well, and it's a 95.
See, it's a 95977. So I was hoping it was a 59.
Well, it is a 59 if you want to invert the numbers.
So, my a little bit of redundancy, but on my God.
Relax,
On
Mully,
my
relax.
Frankenstein.
Cocaine, a hell of a drug.
Yeah, right. On my Frankenstein, it's obviously got the Floyd Rose with the locking nut, and I got the locking tuners too. And people are like, "Oh my God, why would you get locking tuners when you got the locking nut?" Well, I didn't get the locking tuners for the locking tuners locking as much as I did to take 20 minutes off string changing time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll just bite the bullet and I'll take those locking tuners off of that and put it on here. But those are 6 in line. So I don't know. So those why did Music Man go with, 4 right and 2 left? I have no idea.
They did that because they're the only ones that could do that. Because it's a what's the words I'm looking for? Where they're the only people, they have the trademark for that. That's just their thing. That's how you know. That's how you know it's a Music Man guitar. Just like a telly-shaped neck headstock is, it's a Telecaster.
Right.
I think I caught your problem. Can't talk.
Well, I get the 4-2. I get the 4-2. But why did they have to use 4 going to the right and 2 that go to the left?
Because the thing is, when you do a 3 and 3, it's 3 going to the right and 3 going to the left. It's not.
Oh yeah, I guess they are, aren't they?
It's still not, a 6 in line set that's just on the other side.
That's true, but if you need a set for a Les Paul, you can easily get a set for a Les Paul. Just go into a guitar shop.
Yeah, but here's the deal: you can buy. Well, yeah, I suppose.
I could just walk.
What I had to do with mine is buy a set of right-handed shallers and a set of left-handed shallers, and I made 2 sets up.
Right.
3 and 3.
Well, like if I needed tuning keys for a Les Paul, I could run up to the guitar shop right now, get them, and come back. If I needed a set for a Strat, I could go up, get them, and come back. But for this, I need to order them because it's 4 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
And you can order them. You have to order them directly from Shaler, but
Right.
Sounds like it's just a difficult item to get pretty easily.
Yep.
And that's the one you just got it, Mully, not long ago.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the one I was playing when at practice, and I fell and hit it against the wall.
That's right. Okay.
I love this guitar. Oh, before Mrs. Mully gets back.
Uh-oh.
I bought that SG.
Oh.
Awesome.
that ESP.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, the black ESP. He said he'd let me have it for $200.
Wow.
Cool, man. Cool. Oh, now is that online, or is that somewhere in your neck of the woods, or?
I'm sorry?
Is that guitar you just got, is that online, or is that somebody that you know?
He's got it.
Oh, I've got it. It's up in my room.
Oh. Okay. How long? So you just recently got it?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. So she doesn't know that it's up there.
No. She knows it's there. Okay, the deal was I was going to take it for him and put it on auction for him.
Oh, okay. I got it. I got you. Okay.
And I got it down here, and I haven't put it up on auction yet. Well, because, I'll admit I can speak Japanese, but I don't write it very well.
Okay.
So to put it up on auction. I was waiting till Tomoko and I have time to sit down with it and fill out the auction page, right? And we just haven't had time. And so I've had the guitar here for about 2 weeks. And he said to me yesterday, he says, are you going to put that up on auction? I explained it to him. I said, oh, yeah, I'm just waiting for some time for, Tomoko. And I sit down. He says, well, and I told him, I said, don't worry, I'll get it up there for you. And he says, well, I'll let you take it if you want it. And I kind of joked. I said, yeah. And I said, and I've been playing it. And he laughed and he says, well, I'll let if you want to buy it. And I said, how much? Because I know he's wanting $400 for it up on auction.
Uh-huh.
And he said $200 sold.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, for that price, dude, you could always put it on auction for the price he wanted to sell it for, if you get yourself in trouble.
Exactly.
And what, actually, well, yeah. No, I'm not going to say it on here.
Go ahead.
No. I mean, if you really want to do the right thing, you can give him his $200 back and you keep the $200.
Oh, I would. I definitely would. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I would definitely do that. I would cut him in on any of the profit that I made off of it.
Yeah, that's what I would do. I mean, that's just the right thing. But
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I would. Yeah, Dave, come on.
Well, I know. Listen, but it's not. Who am I to say what you should do and what you shouldn't do? I'm just saying it's what I would do. Don't make me get up.
Don't make buy this off of you for $200. Then I'm going to turn around and sell it for $5.
Yeah. And I'll give you $100.
And I'll buy you a Coke.
And a smile.
And you can bleep. We need a dump button. That's what we need.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny, man. Golly.
This thing, it's a what is it? Viper 300 30th anniversary, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's matte black. It's pretty wicked looking guitar. Oh, here it is. It's okay. If anybody out there is wanting to see this thing, it's a ESP LTD Viper 300 30th anniversary. And it's the first picture it shows up on Google Images. It's matte black. It's got a 30 something inlaid in the 12th fret that looks like a 30. There's a skull and crossbones on the head.
Mm-hmm.
String through. Huh.
Now, is this the guitar you did a review on not long ago, Mully, or I must be thinking about something else maybe. There was a guitar I saw you do a review on. It was a few months back. I can't remember the name. Yeah, it was I don't know how new the video is. It just popped up on my feed one time. It was a guitar that you did a review on. It was like this black, almost looked like a V, and it had like this Japanese band, and it had
that was the baby metal.
Okay, yeah, it looked really cool, but it was like really expensive.
Yeah,
and I think
it was a couple $1,000 if I remember correctly.
It was like way up there, and I was like, huh? And but it looked cool, but
let's see.
I was like, wow.
Oops, remove any web addresses and try again. So how do you do this? How do you add a link into the chat?
That's a good question.
I think only Joe can do that.
I've never tried it. I do not know.
Well,
I do not know. I've never tried. Never tried. Wow.
Well, we've got our chat here, so I'll put it here. You see that, Joe? Are you on your? You're on your phone.
I don't see it. I don't see anything.
It's on the.
Oh, wait a second. I'm on the wrong screen. Hang on. No, I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to do anything with it.
Wow. We got a troll in here, by the way, guys. We need to get rid of him.
Do we?
Yep.
Oh,
Who is
wow.
it?
Bro. Needs to go.
What's happening, bro?
Randy, you need to go out. Do you need to go out? Is that what you need? Oh, that feels good, doesn't it? Oh. All right, come on. I'll be right back, guys. Gotta let the dog out.
All right, buddy. 10-4.
Yes, that's what I call it these days.
Awesome. Yeah, everybody. So if you're just joining, we got Mully on here from Japan. Dave is in New York. I'm in South Carolina. And we'd like to do this on Friday evening. Well, for Mully, it's Saturday. We'd like to get on here and talk about, guitars, music, and everything else in between. If you like this stuff, give it a thumbs up. Share it if you don't mind, please. It helps get the word out there. And we don't know exactly yet. We don't know if Johnny's going to be able to join or not later.
I don't think he is. He's been texting me a little bit here and there, and he's extremely busy.
Okay.
I was told that I'm allowed to tell everyone where he is.
Okay, please. Okay.
And he is.
I know where he's at.
Well, then you tell him. Then you say it.
He's at the Kramer house. Go ahead.
Yes. Gary Kramer, the original owner of Kramer Guitars. It's a wine tasting at his place, and he also is opening up his Kramer museum. So Johnny brought his Kramer Ripley guitar there to be part of the museum, and he's meeting with his buddy Michael Gutierrez, I think his last name, who won the back in 1985. He won the contest where Eddie Van Halen gave him a striped Kramer guitar.
Wow,
very, very cool. And that guitar is also there. And you'll probably see photos very soon. So just it's going to be very cool.
That's
nice.
Awesome. That is awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's
Can
awesome.
you imagine being in that room? I said to Johnny last week, I said, I understand the surroundings. I totally get it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get a chance to interview him for even 2 minutes, do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the other surprise, but we don't know if it's actually going to happen. Eddie Van Halen was invited there. We don't know if he's showing up or not, but he was invited to go.
Wow.
Wouldn't that be something?
Johnny
it's about 300 miles away from where Eddie lives, so it's like a 5-hour drive.
Yeah.
Or a 20-minute plane ride, but who knows? But he was invited to go.
Right.
Mm-mm-mm.
Depends on how sociable he is, right?
Well, yeah, I guess. We'll see. We will see very soon.
Wow, that's cool. Either way, though, it's still. I know he's having a good time.
It is super cool. Yeah, he's really having a good time.
Absolutely. That's cool, man. I'm glad he got to go, man. That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yep.
I hate him.
Yeah, apparently you're not the only one.
So they say.
Yeah, whatever. It's all good. Synner, yeah, man, your guitar is awesome. Synner just recently bought a Kramer Voyager, like a 1983 blue Kramer Voyager.
That is
in amazing shape by a one owner. It was a one owner guitar.
Yes.
And it is just absolutely gorgeous.
It is. I saw those pictures on Instagram. It's beautiful. He says he's looking for suggestions for a replacement pickup for his 83 Kramer.
That's that guitar.
A swamp ash body with maple and rosewood.
Yeah, no, Synner, you need to keep that. You need to keep that Schaller pickup in there. Don't mess with that. Keep it in there.
Yeah, but what if he doesn't like the sound?
Yeah, but it's all original. The guitar has never been messed with. It's all original. It needs to stay that way.
Wow, that is.
Does it affect it to take it out and put it back later?
Depends on how serious a collector is, because to me it looks like it's in collector shape, and once you mess with the solder joints, it's not in collector shape anymore.
Okay, which Kramer is it?
It's the Kramer Voyager. It's the star shape.
Right.
Yes, Sean Mahoney, I agree.
Yeah, it's not something you come across every day, is it?
Yeah.
No, and Synner, if you're able to comment, man, can you disclose how you came across that? Was that online or was that through the store? Or that is a very nice guitar, man. Very nice. Very nice. Michael Smith says he's really happy for Johnny. Yes, we all are. Miss Mary says Johnny's in EVH heaven. Absolutely. Yeah, right. Absolutely. Sean Mahoney says the same thing. That's cool. Wow. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So is he supposed to be back tomorrow night, Dave? Or?
I don't know that he may be home super duper late tomorrow night because I know he's got a rehearsal for this gig he's doing up in Oakland. So okay. he's got a hotel room from where he's at tonight, and then tomorrow he does this rehearsal in the afternoon, and then he'll be home. But it's probably going to be late.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's cool, man. That's cool.
I think I need a Richie Sambora signature model.
You do?
Oh,
no.
Wow. Okay. I actually thought those looked pretty good back in the day. Those Fender Richie Sambora models. I thought they looked pretty
those
cool.
are good guitars. Necks are a little bit thin, but they're good.
I always liked them. I never played one, but I always liked them.
I was forced to play one for a little while. Don't kill me for this, but I was in a Bon Jovi tribute band for literally 5 minutes.
Oh,
I had to play that. I had to play that guitar through I want to say, it might have. I can't remember what amp it was. It might have been either a Johnson Millennium or it was one of those early. It was an early modeling amp. Because the guitar player, the singer in the band had that amplifier and he had every delay sound, everything was programmed to sound like the record. And I wanted to play my guitars and I wanted to play through my amp and I was invited to leave.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, I was invited to leave. This is probably 7 or 8 years ago. But literally, it was fun. I did one rehearsal, and it was fun, and I knew the material. I certainly did not look like Richie Sambora at all, not one bit. But it didn't really matter. That didn't matter. I don't know why that didn't matter because everyone else looked like the guy they were playing. They were. But I was flattered because they actually enjoyed the way I played so much. That it didn't really matter what I looked like, but I really wanted to play my own gear, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah. And so I'm not big on what do you call it? The people that are everything's got to be exactly like. You gotta have
a record, note for note, sound, and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's got to be like exactly perfect.
Yeah, but that's what most tribute bands do. That's what a tribute band. Otherwise, it would have just been a cover band that does Bon Jovi stuff.
Yeah, I can understand it.
Tribute bands are a little bit different.
I can understand the tribute bands because they have to be spot on. I understand that.
Yeah, but, and Michael Smith, yes, Richie Sambora is a great guitar player. I love the way he plays. I love the gear he uses. But I just didn't understand why I had to use a Richie Sambora model guitar when at the time he was using Les Pauls. He was using all kinds of stuff. It wasn't just that Strat.
Well, what I've noticed, aside from the Kiss tribute bands, let's take the Atomic Punks as a good example.
Okay.
Because they're, to me, they're like one of the best ones for Van Halen.
Right.
The Dave guy, what's his name? The guy does.
I cannot remember.
Oh, isn't it the same guy in
Steel Panther? Steel Panther, yeah.
Yeah. Whatever the heck his name is. Anyway, that guy and the Eddie Van Halen guy, they've got it. But then the bass player and the drummer, they're just two guys.
Right. Well, well, yes, you're right. But for a while, wasn't what's his name? Manslow, the bass player, he was actually in David Lee Roth's band for a while.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, the bass. Yeah. Him and who else was?
No. I'm talking about just the image.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, Michael Anthony is just a regular guy, and the guy in the Atomic Punks kind of looks a little like Mike Anthony, a little.
You think
bit.
so?
Well, from what I remember,
and then I see AC/DC bands that the guy looks like Brian Johnson, the other guy is kind of like Angus, and then everybody else is just like regular guys.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Synner saying Richie can sing great as well. Yeah, that's one of the. It's such a small thing, but in Wanted, Dead or Alive, Wanted. I love that. I mean, just
yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's the reason. That's the reason why I was asked to be in that band is because when I sing, I do sound like Richie Sambora, and that's actually the truth. I've been told many times. Oh, you sound like Sambora.
Okay, guys.
Thank you.
Let's break it down here, and I want your honest opinion. As you know, Phil X is a guitar player now.
Yes.
For Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Okay, great guitar player. I've watched a bunch of his videos. I love his attitude. He's funny.
Who?
Phil X. Phil X. Okay.
Amazing. Look him up. He's amazing.
He's awesome, man. He's got a great sense of humor. He's a fantastic guitar player. But my question to y'all and everybody out there in the listening audience, your opinion, and this is just opinions here. Why do you think Bon Jovi or Richie Sambora left Bon Jovi? Do you think
I know exactly. It was all money. I know the reason why.
Oh yeah, right.
Okay, it was money.
Well,
okay,
it was money because he told John Bon Jovi. He said, "Listen, Lennon and McCartney, Bon Jovi and Sambora. Why aren't I making the same money as you?"
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, it's been no secret that Bon Jovi has been John Bon Jovi since day one, and everybody works for him.
Yeah, and the thing is, man, I think I know too much, but Sambora for the tour, for the amount of money he was getting for the tour that he got fired on, the amount of money he was getting for up front, and the tour was like $4 or $5 million. Now, if I was Richie Sambora, I would have just taken the money and said, "Thank you. All I'm doing is playing guitar and singing the same songs. No problem. $5 million. All right. So Bon Jovi's making $15 million. Big deal. So $5 million for one tour? Come on, give me a break." The rest of the guys in that band isn't making $5 million. He is though.
Yeah, they. I know they got rid of the bass player too. They've had another bass player for quite some time.
You know what? Maybe he didn't quit. I think he was asked to leave.
Yeah, I think.
Because he
couldn't remember the songs.
Right. He was not a good player. He just wasn't good.
Let's see what some people are saying here.
Bon Jovi is he's basically Gene Simmons.
Okay.
It's funny. Well, that's my opinion of him. I mean, I love Gene. So,
Synner says,
yeah, I'm reading it that Richie wasn't fired.
Okay.
According to John,
Richie is in rehab. John just did an interview on Eddie Trunk. Richie wasn't fired, according to John. Huh.
Okay, but all right. Well, here's the deal. Back in 1986, depending on the interview, Dave wasn't fired. He quit, and then they say he was fired. So depending on the interview.
Yeah. It depends on who's telling the story, I guess.
Well, it depends on which interview with Eddie.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
There's always two sides to every story, too.
But, yeah. Well, more than two sides, to tell you the truth.
Michael Smith says John runs the band like a business, and he is the CEO.
Which is the truth. That's the way he runs it. Yeah. But when you're getting paid $4 or $5 million to do a tour,
I wouldn't be complaining.
John, you can be anything you want.
I'd be set for life, man.
But you know what? I kind of get Richie's feeling, because he's Richie Sambora.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that name's got a little bit of cachet to it, right?
It has a lot of cachet to it. But you know what? Write your own record and tour your own band.
Which he tried that, and it wasn't too successful.
But
Right.
But his music is
I
great.
get that, Dave. But Bon Jovi has always been those two.
Yeah,
I kind of get his feeling on that.
I understand, and I get it too. I do get it too. But when we're talking millions of dollars, it's a little bit different when you're getting offered millions of dollars, but it just happens to be not, and also it's called Bon Jovi.
Right.
It's called Bon Jovi. That's the name that's on the awning. That's on all the signs.
That's true. And he put up with it being a business all those years, so he's got nothing to cry about.
Yeah, I mean, yes, he's got notoriety. Yes, he's got cachet. He is Richie Sambora. And he is entitled to have all the props given to him. But if it was a band and not a solo project, it's almost like a solo project, but not. It's a band, but they don't all get paid evenly. If it was an even thing, it wouldn't be called Bon Jovi. It would be a different name. It would be a name of a band, not a guy's name, not the singer's name in the band.
Yeah, but I think I heard somewhere that Bon Jovi, before they were a rock band, they were doing their thing, and who was it that found them?
Who found Bon Jovi? You know what? I don't even know. Doc McGee?
I have no clue.
Was it Doc McGee? I think it was Doc McGee. Doc McGee, I think, found him. That was their manager.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe it was Doc McGee that found them. Yeah. And then, and this is a cool thing that kind of runs along with us. They were going under a different name, and he suggested they go with Bon Jovi because they were going to be the new Van Halen.
Okay, but the thing is, when they were found, Richie Sambora wasn't even the guitar player. Snake Sabo recorded the guitars on all those songs. And the first record is Snake Sabo from Kid Rock.
Right, but the point I was making was that they went with they suggested the name Bon Jovi because they were going to replace Van Halen.
On their best day, they couldn't. But I understand.
Right. No, but that's what the feeling was when Dave left. They were imploding, and
Yeah, I do get it. I do understand that, and yes, I see the parallel. It's definitely a parallel thing. But
right, the sounding of the name. Yeah,
I get it. But again,
not even close.
I just don't see. I don't see Richie. I just when it's if he was making like $200,000 and Bon Jovi was making millions of dollars, I'd say that there's a little bit of a discrepancy there. But when you're making $4 or $5 million to do the tour, that's your paycheck. I see I have a hard time no matter who you are. I mean, put it to you this way. Steve Vai in 1990 played with Whitesnake.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He made $1 million. He made $1 million I think he was offered $1 million to do the record and to do the tour, and he did it. This was 1990. He did it, and it didn't matter how much money David Coverdale was making. He was given $1 million to do that record and that tour.
Wow.
And he did it, no problem. And it's Steve Vai.
Right.
Well, another thing you have to look at from Richie's perspective is what did he make on previous tours?
I'm sure, but it doesn't matter. He's been in the band since almost the beginning. He's a multi-million dollars, 50 times over. He's I would say he's worth probably $40 million. That's what I think he's worth, around there. That's money.
That's where Google comes into play too.
Well, go ahead and Google.
Yeah, I'll hit it up. His the Richie Sambora's net worth, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. See what he's worth. I do that sometimes.
Desiree Dornan says in the chat, this is interesting. Tito was fired because he didn't know the songs, or that's what was said on Behind the Music.
Yeah.
I watched it on them last night. John was also PO'd that Tito was telling their dirty laundry.
That's right.
Tito, you can't do that, Tito.
Um,
All the wrong Tito. 65 million.
All right. Well, there you go.
Damn.
That's a lot of dough. He's worth $65 million. I underestimated his worth.
wow.
John Bon Jovi, 300 million.
Well,
Ooh.
all right.
Wow.
Well, that's kind of interesting because if I remember correctly, David Letterman was 400 million.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. John
And
Bon
Sammy
Jovi,
Hagar is up in the hundreds of millions of dollars too. I think his worth is like 300 million too. Check him out.
120 million.
120? Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, the world's richest singer. Who's number one? Paul McCartney, 800 million.
Whew. Lord of mercy.
That's just. What do you do with all that money?
Here's your top five, gentlemen.
Cool.
Paul McCartney, 800 million. Bono, 600 million.
Wow.
Jimmy Buffett, 400 million.
Okay.
Elton John, 320, and Mick Jagger, 305.
Wow.
What? And then Gene Simmons, 300.
Wow.
Wow.
Mick Jagger's on number 5?
Oh yeah, well I believe it. I believe it because to get a ticket to see the Rolling Stones, just a ticket to get in the place is $850.
Good God.
Over $800 to get a ticket to see them. That's not front row. That's just a ticket.
Wow.
Well, there's Sammy Hagar. I'm not seeing David Lee Roth on here anywhere.
Oops.
Yeah, right.
I think Eddie Van Halen's worth like 40 or 50 million.
Wow. I thought it'd be worth more than that.
Well, there was a time where he kind of spent it.
Well,
right.
yeah, this is true. This is true.
Bob Dylan, 80 million. Add $1 million onto that for the Nobel Prize. Make that 81 million.
Wow.
Roger Daltrey.
Yeah.
Number 50 is Maynard James Keenan. I don't even know who that is.
I have no idea.
Vince Neil at 47. Vince Neil beats out David Lee Roth. Oh, that hurts.
Wow. Man.
But Dave did have a down period there, didn't he?
Yeah, he was an EMT in New York City for a while, working paycheck to paycheck.
He sure was. Yeah. Sure was.
Well, I got to see here. David Lee Roth net worth, 60 million. Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Eddie Van Halen, 85.
85. Yep. David Allen Wright also said 85 million for Ed. Wow.
Alex, 75.
Okay.
Tommy Lee's worth 70.
Yeah. Cool.
David Nesdall.
I'm worth about
$29.99.
I'm worth about $85.
Synner
$29.99 with a coupon.
Synner says Vince Neil owns restaurants and casinos. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Thank you, Synner. Ron Padgett says Maynard James is the singer of Tool. Wow. Okay. Michael Smith says he's worth his next paycheck.
Opie, come here, baby. Opie. Come. Opie, come here. Shut up. I'm online.
Sean Mahoney says, I want to know what Kobe, the Van Halen dog, is worth.
Well, I do know that he's friends with Howie.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Now, let me ask you guys this, and people feel free to comment on this too. Do you think Eddie needs to tour again? Do you think he needs to do that? I mean, like financially, or do you think?
Well, it says he's worth 85 million, right?
Or does he just, do you think now he can just kick back and make the revenue from all his EVH products?
Well, he can probably live off revenue from his gear and his albums and all that other stuff, but mentally, would he want to get out and do it again?
Right.
It's hard to. I've heard one of the hardest things for those guys is getting off of stage.
I've heard that too.
But he's never struck me as that type.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will say he's closer to the end of his career than he is the beginning.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't think we're going to see any Keith Richards out of Eddie Van Halen.
I don't either.
No. But I'm sure that there'll be a lot of one-offs. There'll be one-off stuff going on, and maybe he'll do other people's records. I'm sure he won't stop playing guitar. I just don't know how long Van Halen is going to be a Van Halen.
Yeah,
right.
That's why I brought this up, because I've thought about that before, and I've been curious about it. I'm like, are they going to put out another album, or are they just going to slowly just kind of
disappear into the sunset?
Yeah, right off into the sunset. Happy trails. And
I don't see them. I don't see them making a big deal like Motley Crue did with their final tour.
Yeah,
I don't see Van Halen doing that. I see him like that last tour. That may be the last one.
Yeah, that's what I've been wondering too, Mully. I'm like, wow.
Because Alex, and I don't care. Alex has always been the type of he thinks they're Led Zeppelin.
Okay.
He thinks they can tour the world without any advertising and sell out everywhere they go.
That was for me, wasn't it?
I'm sorry?
No, I'm talking to Joe real quick. That little okay, that was for me, right?
Yes. I got you. I know Alex has been battling a lot of, I don't know how it is now, but I know in the past he's battled a lot of issues with his vertebrae and stuff, and his neck, and all that stuff. So, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to never see it end, to tell you the truth. But
yeah, I know what you mean. But you know what? I just, what are they going to do? Get yet another new singer and what are they going to do? Start from the beginning again?
Yeah, that's you can't do
that.
Well,
especially after Dave left, it was that whole veil of secrecy around them.
Yeah.
Never give never give more than what's necessary.
Right. And it's still that way. And, Dave's contract ended the last show at the last tour. He's no longer in Van Halen. He hasn't been since the Hollywood Bowl show.
Okay.
So,
sorry, Dave. I was talking about back in the 80s.
Oh, okay.
After he left, it was the whole, they never gave interviews, almost never. And it's pathetic.
Mm-hmm.
They could have, God, man, can you imagine the money they could have made with merchandising, and if they just put a little effort into it? I mean, Eddie's doing great now with the EVH stuff, but come on, Ed, this is 20 years too late.
Well, I don't know. I think his gear is still going to be out, whether they're playing or not. I think his company is still going to be alive and well. He's not going to stop building guitars. He's not going to stop. Selling guitars. He's going.
Sure. But could you imagine EVH gear in say 1987?
Oh wow, man.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't have been able to keep those guitars in stock.
It would have exploded really, really fast. I mean, in a good way, David Allen Wright says EVH licensing will go on for the next 30 years. He also says publishing is number one, and then EVH licensing is secondary. Desiree Dornan says, to me, it would be best to stop while you're ahead. Speaking about Van Halen.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. I agree with that. I mean, go out on top. That's what the Police did. But they ended up coming back for a little reunion thing a few years back, which was cool.
All right. So I just got a text from Johnny Bean.
Okay. All right. Live news here. Live update.
Gary Kramer right now is autographing his guitar.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
Awesome, Johnny.
Very cool. Very
Awesome, Johnny. Awesome, man. That is awesome.
He said stand by for photos on EVH Gear Live.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
Nice.
everybody visit EVH Gear Live. Visit that page. Post your photos. If there's anything EVH that I've seen some photos on there, Dave, recently of some people that's bought some new Wolfgang guitars that were inspired from the show, and I was like, man, that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Believe me, I appreciate everyone, going to the page and showing us your gear and saying that it's because that we helped get you that gear and I actually got a thank you again today from Tommy at the Music Zoo, who his sales staff has been telling him that because of our show and because of me and Johnny, a lot of people have been buying gear from the Music Zoo, and I want to thank you guys for doing it. I want to thank you guys for supporting my favorite music store and for dropping my name. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me.
Well, I tell you what, I haven't bought anything, but I've been on their site because of you, Dave.
Well, I appreciate it.
Same here. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's a great store. It's got a great staff. They have amazing gear there. It's just it's really good. It's a breath of fresh air because for quite a while I thought guitar and music in general was dying a slow death.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Ron Padgett says in 1987, I don't think EVH gear would have exploded. I think the internet is what really helps. Yeah. Okay, we're going to have a plus minus on this because the internet helps now, but they're not as famous as they were in 1987 as far as with the young crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but, it's not.
I mean, now
right.
they're
I so want to disagree with you there, but I can't.
That's my parent. That's my dad. My dad likes that band.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. It's I maybe I'm a little bit childish when it comes to Van Halen. I take them very personally, and of course, I'm not a member, nor do I have really anything to do with them. But I tend to take that band extremely personally, and I don't know why, but I do.
Mm-hmm.
So I always find that I have to defend them, but you really can't defend that comment. That comment is absolutely 100% true, Mully.
Yeah, and I'm like you, Dave. I mean, Van Halen is like, honey, is there another band on this earth that I love as much as these four guys?
Yeah, yeah.
I'll
go one further. I love every member that's been in Van Halen, including Gary Cherone. I love that record too.
Well, I'll go further. I had their baby.
Yeah, it's to me that's it's all part of the band. It doesn't matter who sings or who plays bass. Yes, would I like to see Mike Anthony again? Absolutely, but it's the whole thing. It's not the
Oh, Dave, you should read my blog entry about Wolfgang.
Oh, what is it?
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I'd love to.
The Wolfgang, the boy, not the guitar.
Right. Yes.
Van Halen, not the Mozart.
So funny. Wow, it's 12 a.m. already, and I'm still playing guitar. It's amazing.
Oh, yeah, man. I have a question, Dave. I heard you mention something last week that if that you would not be too hesitant to let go of your Music Man.
I actually have a buyer for it already. If I just have to make sure I'm a seller.
Okay.
Which one?
My Music Man, Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Do you only have one?
I only have one Music Man, yes, but it's not my favorite guitar that I own. and I'm just waiting to see what's coming out at the NAMM show. I really want a hardtail Wolfgang custom that's relict, a relict hardtail custom.
Mm-hmm.
Because I love playing my Les Paul, and I love playing Wolfgangs, but I don't want to. I every time I bring a guitar with a Floyd, especially a Wolfgang, to a gig, I end up playing my best Van Halen licks on a gig, and that doesn't help me at all because I don't play Van Halen songs at gigs. I play blues and classic rock and that stuff. So I really want to get a Wolfgang, but get one without I want to get like the Les Paul of the Wolfgangs with no tremolo on it. And I think that would work for me.
What is it about
are you planning on getting one?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I could order one right now and trade my Music Man for it. I mean, the guitar I want is $6,000.
No.
And I have a deal. I have a deal in place that I would have to trade. What's that?
USA.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
But I have a deal in place where it would take my Music Man and another guitar to sell, which I have no problem to trade for it. I have no problem doing that. But I want to wait till the NAMM show to see if there's anything else that might be coming out before I pull the trigger. We're just too close. We're too close to January, and I don't want to be stuck in getting something right now, and then in January I should have waited for this. So I can wait.
What is it about the Music Man that you're just not happy with?
I think it's a great guitar. It's not my favorite. The Music Man in general is not my favorite Van Halen model guitar. Okay. It's a great guitar. I love my current EVH guitars, my EVH Wolfgang guitars. I like my PV Wolfgangs as well. I have a lot of Floyd Rose guitars. I know that I could fetch a lot of money for my Music Man. It's an amazing shape. It's the one everyone wants because it's the one that Eddie played.
Right.
It's the color Eddie played, so I can basically demand the money that I want for it. It's got an amazing quilt top on it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that is a nice looking guitar.
And if I ever want to get another one, they're out there. They're out. Alex Mina, he's a friend of ours that watches our show, mine and Johnny's show, all the time, and he just bought the most amazing quilt Music Man Van Halen I've ever seen. Better looking than Eddie's guitar, than Eddie's personal guitar. It's got it's ridiculous how good this quilt looks. And it wasn't a ton of money either. It was under $3,000.
Wow.
For that guitar, you would think it would be more than that, like in the $4,000 range. But the guy that was selling it needed money right away, so he took less money.
Wow.
And I'm pretty patient. I don't need to let it go. I don't I could just as well keep my guitar. So I can get the price I want because I'm willing to sit on it until I get the price I want.
Smart move.
Yeah. So it's all good. Yes. Is that the next guitar that's on the chopping block? Absolutely, it is. If I get what I want out of it.
If the price is right.
Yeah, exactly. But again, I don't have to get rid of it. I've already got it. I could keep it just the same.
Right. Nice.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
When did you get that Music Man, Dave? How long have you had it?
I've had it for about a year and a half.
Okay, so you ain't had it that long.
Right.
Okay.
But I've owned about a dozen of them in my lifetime.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I know, I can get another one if I want to. Not a big deal.
Right.
Yeah. It's and it would be if I wasn't very friendly with the music stores that I'm affiliated with, then I'd probably think a little differently about it. But I don't really have to worry about paying top dollar for anything, and it's just because I I buy so many guitars, and I'm friends with all the right people. So I'm kind of lucky enough to not have to really worry. I mean, the only thing I have to worry about is actually getting the money up, but I don't have to pay top dollar for some stuff. So again, in the future, if I want one, I could probably get one pretty easily.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just this quick message right here, folks. If you're in the market for the mini Van Halen guitars, visit Joe Suma at Greenwich Music. Go online and check out the EVH mini guitars. They have plenty of them. He can hook you up. Joe Suma at Greenwich Music.
Yes.
Now back to Dave Nesdall.
Well, I also want to add something to that. I want to add something to that. Joe Suma at Greenwich Music, affiliate with me and Johnny. We're affiliating with him, and we're going to be doing a giveaway. Now, we haven't decided how we're going to do this giveaway, but we are going to do a giveaway. We're going to do a whole set. All 3 of those mini guitars will be given away. I'm not sure exactly when or how we're doing the drawing.
Okay.
But Joe Suma has graciously given us a set of those guitars to give away, and we're going to figure out some sort of contest to do it.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. So just listen up, and in the very near future we'll tell you how you'll be able to do that.
Didn't Johnny just do an unboxing of one of those?
Yeah, those were a gift from Joe to Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw the thumbnail. I haven't seen the video yet.
Oh yeah, dude. There's a video. Yeah,
they're amazing. They're amazing, man.
They're amazing. They're very beautiful. They're beautiful guitars.
The detail is unbelievable.
Yes. Yep. Yes. What else? So also, if anyone is interested to get any EVH gear as well, you don't only have to get them from Music Zoo. You can talk to Joe Suma at Greenwich Music. He also is an EVH dealer, and he'll get you what you want as well. Just give him a call. He's a sweetheart of a guy.
That's right. That's right.
If you live, I think he'll ship anywhere in the United States. So if you're not in or around Connecticut, he'll ship you what you want. As long as he has it in stock, he'll be happy to do it. And if he doesn't have it in stock, I mean, he can order whatever you want as well.
Right. Absolutely. And if you're looking for a top-notch Music Man guitar, get in touch with Dave Nesdall.
I don't think Joe Suma would want that, because he's the guy who wants my guitar. Oh. Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious alive.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, it's it's all good. It's all good.
That's great, man. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. What else we got? What else we got on the drawing board?
I'm sitting here looking at the chat. Looks like everybody's talking to each other about the new Metallica album.
I heard some songs from that. It's actually great. It's really
they're saying that it seems like it's back to the way Metallica was back in the day. How it's when they sounded pretty raw and stuff in the beginning.
Well, here's what my take on it is that the actual record sounds amazing. The recordings sound amazing. The way they recorded the instruments is really good. They've gotten back to having really good sounding record. The single that I heard on the local rock station is pretty tame, but really good, really melodic. It's excellent. It's not like thrash. It's not very thrashy. It's very good. And I'm not a Metallica fan. I don't love the band. I like them. They're cool, but it's not like my thing. But this record, from what I've heard so far, is really, really good.
I love me some Metallica. I've only heard this one song, though. It sounds good.
Well, see, that's the difference between you and me. I don't like Metallica, but I like the single. And you're like, yeah, it sounds good, but it's not really what I like in Metallica, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I find
it's like
I find it humorous. These people that say Metallica sold out, with the Black Album and stuff like that, like one of the best albums they made.
Yeah.
Because I find it really hard to see a 55-year-old man trying to conjure up 25-year-old angst.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry, a 55-year-old millionaire, multimillionaire.
With not a worry yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it sounds good. It sounds good. I'll get the album. But
I think it's very polished.
I think at my age, I just can't listen to the heavy music anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it. Metallica, Godsmack. I love Godsmack. But when it comes on, it's just like, it's just I don't have the patience for it anymore.
Mm-hmm. Synner, you're absolutely correct. Metallica does just what they want and don't care, and they don't care.
That's right.
They have nothing to prove to anyone. They do what they want to do. I mean, they did a record with Lou Reed. I mean,
yeah, they always have.
It doesn't get any worse than that, but they don't care.
No.
Next they'll be doing a record with Taylor Swift, and not care about it. It'll be just like whatever, and that'll be the bridge to the young people, and they'll be bazillionaires again. Which actually sounds like a good idea. I think I'm going to get in touch with them and tell them to do that.
I give you now. Would you eat it? Huh?
Michael Smith says he loves Metallica.
Good boy. Shake.
Sean Mahoney says this is the first album on their new self-owned label.
Oh,
How about that? That's interesting. Bubba James says he has angst aplenty at his age.
Yeah, but you're not worth $150 million.
well, how do you know?
Oh, sorry. That's true. That's true. That's true.
Sean Mahoney says they can all fart and sell tons of albums.
But you can't say that, dude. You can't say that. Wait, I'm being Johnny Bean. Hang on.
They can all pass
Dude,
gas.
You can't say that.
Plenty.
You can't say that on here. Dude, you can't say that on here. Well, maybe you can. I'm just not allowed to. All right.
I said that to Eddie Van Halen.
What, that he can fart and it'll be worth.
No, we were watching sound check at the Budokan, and Eddie's just wailing around, blah blah blah, and he stops and he's going, "This doesn't sound right. This doesn't sound right." And I said, "Ed, you could fart through that microphone and everybody would love it." And man, he gave me a stare and I was like, "Sorry, dude, you're working. I didn't mean to bother you."
Oh man.
Yeah, I got some piercing eyes on that one, and I was like, "Sorry, dude, didn't mean to interrupt."
And you still got a chance to take a photo with his guitar.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they were really nice people.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Gary Sharon, I can't say enough nice things about him.
Well, he's just a nice guy. In fact, he'll bend over backwards for you, literally.
But yeah, I interrupted him while I was working. That was my mistake.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I wouldn't like it if Eddie Van Halen walked into my classroom. Yeah, I would. Who am I kidding? But
it's a little bit different. Because you have a bit of a man crush on him, like I do.
Kids, look, it's Eddie Van Halen. Who's he?
Yeah. Everybody put your pencils down and pay attention.
Yeah.
Ron Paget. Hey, Ron. He says, I'm 50 years old, and I love the new Death Angel and New Testament. Metallica, not so much.
Ron, man, good for you. Wow. I can't even spell those names. What?
Adam Scheinberg says, Jason Newsted did an interview with Eddie Trunk. Said he was working on something with Metallica.
Oh, cool.
Good. I love Jason.
Yeah, Jason's a good guy.
Oh, yeah. Bubba James says, I'm just that fan that no band wants, I'm sure. I hate when my bands grow. Laugh out loud. Wow.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's inevitable, though,
Yeah, sooner or later it's going to happen.
Well, listen, I watched a bunch of Like I'm a big fan of Richie Kotzen and the
Amazing
Wild
player.
Dogs, and I think that he's that band is amazing. I watched two different shows today on the YouTubes, and it was you got to watch that band too. That band is just killer.
There they are. Richie Kotzen, amazing guitar player and amazing singer.
Yep.
Golly, boy.
Yep, I agree.
Bubba's saying he's 49 and making a metal album now. Metal is either in your blood or it not. Bubba, when I'm playing, that's what I play. But if I'm sitting in my car, that's not what I want to listen to.
Yeah. So Johnny just sent me a photo, which everyone will see in a few minutes. He just sent me a photo of him and Gary Kramer and the guitar with the autograph. It looks really cool.
Oh,
there's guitars behind him and photos on the wall. It's really cool.
That's awesome, man.
And man, is he short. Holy cow.
Oh, really?
Johnny, I mean.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I think Johnny said he was only like a little over 5 foot, like 5'3" or something.
I don't know, but he looks like he's in heaven right now, and I'm proud of him.
Oh, I am too. Yeah, I'm glad.
Good. This is a cool picture. Well, you guys will love it when you see it. I want everyone to give it a like when you guys see it, please.
Absolutely.
It is. It's really cool.
Put it on the page, Dave, if you can.
No, he doesn't want me to. He wants to put everything on the page.
That's what I'm saying. Put it on the page.
No, he wants to do it.
Oh, he wants to do it.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. He doesn't want me to do that. He wants to do it himself.
I got you.
He said it was all right for me to tell people about this, but he wants to put everything on the page.
I got you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Bubba James says he understands what you're saying, Mully, about what you play and what you listen to in the car. He says, right on. He says, so what do you listen to then?
Podcasts.
Okay.
Yeah, I find a nice, soothing podcast. Oh, speaking of which, I've been listening to this podcast called Ain't Talking About Van Halen.
Oh, really?
Two British guys. It's an amazing podcast. One podcast is one album. So far, they're up to the second part of 1984. Mm-hmm. They're just really fun to listen to. They're very entertaining. The one guy's a musician. The other guy's a comedian. They're smooth. They're fun. It's a great podcast. If anybody's interested, give them a try. Ain't Talking About Van Halen. It is awesome.
Yeah, I'm interested. I want to hear that. That's awesome.
That is cool. That's cool.
Wow. In fact, I guess I'm going to go when we're done with this. I guess I'll go watch whatever or listen to whatever they have.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. They're funny. Now, a lot of it's not Van Halen. They do a lot of their podcasts are about an hour, a little over an hour. And there's a lot of talk that's not about Van Halen, but they're basically focusing on each album.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
That's cool.
It's my favorite Van Halen podcast.
That's awesome.
It's the #1 Van Halen podcast on the internet.
Nice. That would mean that there's more than one.
Well, there are a couple out there. But since I said it, that means it's true.
Adam Scheinberg wants to know, is the podcast you're referring to, Mully, Adam wants to know, is that on YouTube or is that somewhere else?
It's iTunes.
iTunes, okay.
And you might be able to, they might have a homepage. It's got it. They may have a player on their home. Let me check. Ain't Talking About Van Halen. Talking About Van Halen podcast. Okay. It is on iTunes. It's on SoundCloud.
Oh yeah, you can't have that. Wow.
What's that?
That horn is that's. I'm not gonna worry about it.
What do you mean you can't have that?
That horn on YouTube, it could get flagged, right? Or no?
Yeah, it could. But if it's
You're
just a split
allowed.
second, it's not.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no one heard it. It's not what you're thinking. This is not the Van Halen song you're looking for.
Oh, and guys, I think YouTube's not that sensitive. You're allowed like 10 or 15-second clips.
Really?
Yeah. For what's the word? Where's my vocabulary today?
It's back at school.
Yeah, no doubt. Good Lord, maybe I do have Alzheimer's.
Hey.
Oh,
what is it when you're teaching something or you're giving examples or what do they call that? Free
Sample?
examples.
No.
Trial?
I don't know. I'm gonna go get an Oprah Winfrey tattoo. Let's see. What is it called?
I don't know. I'm so not a teacher.
Oh my God, there's a word for it. Not commercial free.
Censorship.
Oh my God. I'll look it up. You guys go ahead and talk and.
Oh, okay. Oh. Oh wow.
I don't know.
Man. Neither do I. All right, so if Johnny was here, that cricket button would be going. Cricket.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Mully,
Anyone in the chat box have anything to say? Come on. Talk to us. 10 people in the chat box. 12 thumbs ups. Awesome. It's just awesome.
Absolutely.
Goodbye, baby. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Not you.
Oh.
All right.
Sorry, you guys just talk. I'm looking for this.
Okay. What do you got, Joe?
I'm sitting here looking at trying to figure out how Mully was doing them sound effects last time we was on here.
Was it Mully?
Oh, it's over on the left side. It's the Google Effects.
Which one is that?
The gold one with the stars on it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then up at the top, there's a right and left thing. So.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I was like, wait a minute. I'm trying to see if it's open up here. I don't know if it'll open up or not. Let's see here.
That's cool.
What in the world?
Fair use. Fair use is the word I'm looking for.
Fair use?
Yeah. So, like, you see these guys that are teaching songs on, teaching a song on guitar or something, right? They can monetize those videos because they're not making money off of the artist recording. They're using that as an example of something. You're free to use that kind of stuff. And I think with copyrighted music, you're allowed like 10-second clips or something.
Okay.
I don't remember the exact number, but it's something short like that. And like clips from movies and stuff like that.
Okay.
So you're using it as an example of something.
Right.
If you're teaching off of it or something. But you can't say, hey, I love this movie. Look at this.
Yeah. Because I knew you were allowed so many seconds. But
Yeah.
if it goes over that, then that's when they can say something. Hey, that was more than 10 seconds.
Here we go. Dave takes his clothes off.
Oh.
Oops. We know he dropped his pants. You could hear the elephant.
Oh man.
Hey, there wasn't one dirty word in there.
I'd like to say thank you, Dave, for the new music, man. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That was just too nice, man. Too nice. Too nice.
I have a tendency of giving guitars away to people.
Yeah, right.
I've given a couple away so far.
Oh, David Allen Wright asking if you got the Guitar Man magazine yet. No, it's still sitting on my kitchen table.
Oh man, so we're still waiting for that magazine.
It's wrapped up and ready to go, though.
It's all good. That's more like this.
Oh. No, I'm just happy to see you.
Oh,
Okay, all right. That's too funny, man.
yeah. It's
Wait a minute, you can't hit the gong. That's cultural appropriation.
Oh.
Oh. So we're saying that we can't do that? That sucks.
Hey, you guys, back to guitar talk for a second.
Yes, sir.
And I know Dave loves this, and I'm sure you do too, John or Joe. The
Yeah.
Joe, whatever.
it starts with a J.
We both laugh alike.
Yeah.
So are you.
No, Johnny is more. John. No, I don't want to pick on John. I love Johnny.
Yeah. We'll do.
That white Music Man.
Mm-hmm.
The white EXS.
Yes.
I mean, every time I look at that, I'm just like, God, that's an awesome looking guitar. And that's not like smug, I'm an owner, look what I've got thing. It's like I'm still like
in awe of it.
Yeah.
You should just let me talk for you, Mully.
Thanks, Dave. Dave, tell everybody how I feel about my guitar.
He loves it. He's in awe of his guitar. Every time he sees it, he wants to do this.
Gotta hope we're only audio. I've been sitting here naked for the past hour.
Oh my goodness.
Oh Lord, golly.
Where do you go from there?
David Allen Wright says, did any of your friends come up dead on Facebook this week? Funny how dead people can vote, but you have the same name as a dead person on Facebook. I was reading the news about Facebook. I didn't have any friends that shown up like that. No.
I don't have any dead friends.
I don't either. Not as of yet. But
Me neither.
and I don't want to see that happening either. I mean, I just let me borrow $1. Thank you. That's awesome. That's awesome.
The worst thing you could have told me is this effects thing. The worst thing you could have done.
Hey, well, look at it like this, Dave.
What's that?
When you when we're doing this on video, you got all kinds of wigs and stuff you can put on too.
That's great. Great. I just shaved my head today. It's been a while. I had fuzz on my head for 2 months now because I was lazy.
Did you take the beard off too, or did you leave?
Yeah. I took the beard off. I just have a goatee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See you, Mary John. I hope you're enjoying your guitar.
Oh yeah, the standard. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. I think she did more than stop by. She stayed a while.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome.
Showed up and stayed a while.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Guys and their toys, Desiree? I don't know about that. Wait. I think she was she was talking about this.
And now we're awaiting the next guitar from Dave Nesdall.
Right.
It's going to be a little while.
Oh, okay.
A couple days.
A couple of days. Wow. Good Lord.
Going to be a little while.
Dave.
I'm really having a great time with what I have right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's cool, man. Awesome.
There comes a time. There really just comes a time where it's, where do you stop? So you gotta
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's wow. Yeah. I wish I could get some more, but nope. Not right now.
It's all right. It's all good.
It's all good. I'm happy with what I got right now too. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's all good. A lot
What
better
was the
than
last guitar that you got?
Good question. Oh man, it was.
You don't say.
It was. Which one was it?
I don't know.
Oh crap. Yeah, it was the Ibanez. The Ibanez, yes. Ibanez hardtail, yes. Absolutely.
Oh, you have one?
Yes. Absolutely, sir.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Oh yeah. Yours was what, Dave? That red Peavy? No, it was the Frank Wolfgang, right?
Frank Wolfgang was my last one. The Peavy,
Right.
The red Peavy before that. But I did just get my red Peavy back. I had some fretwork done on it.
Right.
Yeah, I was bummed. It was playing perfectly. It was great. Everything was great about it. And then we had 2 days of really, really cold weather where it got really dry in the house.
Mm.
And I picked up the guitar, and there was no fret. I mean, you couldn't fret a note. Everything was, all the strings were touching the fretboard,
Oh,
no matter where you were.
unbelievable.
So, and the neck was perfectly straight. There was no back bow. It was. I sighted the neck, and probably every fret from the 12th fret down to the end was unseated. They were coming up.
Oh.
So I brought it to my buddy at one of my local stores, and he tapped them in and then glued them in with super glue, and then did a level and polish on the whole fretboard, and it's fantastic, absolutely perfect.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad, man. I'm glad
It's
you
nice,
didn't have that long.
No, I've had it for probably a month or so.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good, man.
Yeah, it's a great guitar. It's a lot of fun to play,
Yeah.
and especially now that that it works.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of rough when you got a guitar and you can't play it because something's going on with it. And you can just, sit there and look at it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It's like, I can get more out of a donut than this.
I love donut right about now.
Absolutely. I could too. Absolutely, man. Well, is everybody good? Has anybody got?
Yeah.
Everybody good?
I'm good.
Okay. All right then, Mr. Mully, Mr. Dave, I want to thank y'all very much for jumping on here. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day and evening to jump on here with me. I really appreciate it.
Well, it's good to be here.
Bless you. Bless you. And so Thank everybody who joined in the chat. Thank everybody who stopped by. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And tune in again next time. We hope to see you.
Alrighty.
Hope to see you again.
And you will.
Thank you, Joe.
Everybody have a great night. God bless. Be safe. Wherever you go, drive safe because we want to see you again. Take care, everybody. This is Joe for the Joe Wentz Project live broadcast. And now stay tuned for your local news.